Man, my technical is thug jitsu, you know. My philosophy for martial arts is not pretty, man. Martial arts are not supposed to be pretty. Everybody gets caught up with, oh, it was a beautiful spinning kick or a front kick or a great flying knee. You know, that's just not safe to me, man. I like to dig my feet in, plant, get my timing, and knock them out, you know. A lot of times, you know, for me to take 2 hits and give 1, that's a calibrated risk that I've taken, and that's generally in my game plan. Because if I can let that guy sucker to where he thinks he can hit me a couple times, I put my head down, catch him on top of my head, then I come back up with an uppercut, bang! You know, lights out for him. And I mean, you know, everybody can say I'm just a brawler and, oh, Chris got, I mean, every time I turn on Sherdog after a win, it's I got lucky or I landed a wild shot. How many wild shots can you really land? How many times can you really be lucky? This is my 21st fight in the UFC and I'm still around. I must be doing something right.
For the top, cause you know that I would never stop. Better let these elbows drop, no mash, teeth instead of shop. 1-2 connection, wanna set you up, you won't expect it. Hands like infections, spread through your soul and carve in sections. My heart's my weapon, I'll hunt you down, got you back stepping. You'll fold in seconds, my time I ring, I'll straight you check it. I'm like an outlaw, heavy-handed southpaw. I run this cage, got the fight of the night on center stage. Coming forth to rock, kid, arms up, never try to stop this. Cause I reign like a beast on top, trick, competition stay whack, I got hits. By the time I'm done, your style switch, cause the blows I land make brains twitch. You hit that button on my chin, then I beat that ass like a drummer. Chin down, hands up, that's the way I smash you up. Chin down, hands up, that's the way I smash you up.
No, man, I was fucking ready to fuck him up, dude. I was gonna give it to him with an old 1-2 combo, you know what I'm saying? Pow, right in his nose. Bang, how do you like that?
With the ice. Tell you one thing I learned about Hawaii.
We do it all.
You're at a party and you ask somebody for a bag of ice, you need to specify the kind for your drink. Learn that about Hawaii.
Come out. You're going to be part of Ohana Hoops Fest.
That's correct, yeah.
From the cage to the court, man, what's going to happen?
You know, I think I'm going to be like the guy in hockey they send out to foul. I mean, it's last time I played basketball was on gravel, so it's been a little bit, you know, but you know, we're warming up.
You know, some of the rules of the cage don't really translate onto the basketball court. Are you going to be able to take it down?
Well, they said it's only a couple minutes. Do I still get 5 fouls?
I think you do.
Because I think we're going to try to use them up, yeah.
Fantastic. But still, obviously, in all seriousness, great event, great to
absolutely. It's loaded. You guys got a ton of people. I don't know, they just did the Hawkeye. I don't have to do that, right?
No,
they had the team out there doing it, so yeah, I'm excited to be here. Stoked.
Right on. All right,
hey,
thanks,
thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, can I wear that in the basketball game? For real. Yeah. All right.
Just keep it right.
Hey, thank you guys.
Leben!
Steve's been doing a great job at cooking me dinners, but this is what I'm going to show you tonight. Is one of my favorites. Cooking is something that we share. We love to do together.
He's better at it though.
But she is improving exponentially. She makes fantastic. Her chicken is better than mine for sure. But I am just gonna cook you one of my specialties. This is just we're just gonna go. It's just real simple salmon, vegetables. I think today our vegetable is gonna be the house vegetable is gonna be broccoli, possibly some asparagus, and quinoa. You know, one thing that we definitely did different with the Vanderlei fight is you know, when I fought Brian Stan, I really made a mistake, and you know, I ate fairly healthy through my entire camp, and then after I made weight, I kind of looked at it as the fight was over. Oh, I've already made weight, so I indulged in red meat and candy, you know, and it really had an effect on me. I went in, I had a fever, I was sick, I was throwing up, I was diarrhea. You know, when you eat real lean for a while, you know, it's real important, you know, that the fight isn't over. If you're fighting on Saturday night, your fight's not over. You don't get to eat what you want until Sunday, or at least after your fight on Saturday. So one thing we did this last fight was had Mike Dolce. We were fighting in Las Vegas. Mike Dolce, luckily, he lives in Las Vegas. A lot of fighters are using him now for their diet and stuff. And he actually, my coach Greg Thompson, you know, worked with him at Team Quest for years. So they're good friends. So Greg was able to talk Mike into doing some work for us. You know, some helping us out. So. You know, that was kind of nice. So really controlled my diet. He actually brought me a lot of food out to eat the week of.
As soon as they closed the cage, when you and Vanderlei were facing each other.
Fear. You know, a lot of things, but I would say mostly fear. You know, I'll be honest, you know, anybody, you know, fighting, the day of the fight is not my favorite day in the whole world. You know, I put so much, and it's not that I'm scared of getting beat up, you know, it's really, you know, I put so much into my training camp, and I put, you know, and, you know, my coaches and my corner have done so much, so many people have helped me, you know, I really don't want to let them down, you know, so I really focus, you know, it's just that, it's a little nerve-wracking, you know, and when they close that cage door, it's like, okay, you know, here it goes, and then, you know, one thing that always runs through my head is, you know, okay, Chris, you know, for this fight, it'll be 25 minutes, but most fights, okay, Chris, 15 minutes left in training camp, 15 minutes left, and all this work that you've done, everything, it's all manifested and came together to produce this moment. You know, and that, you know, that definitely was a little bit of that when I was fighting Vanderlei.
He comes forward and tries to clinch with Chris, and Chris just starts sending uppercuts like a madman up inside, and hits him 1, 2, 3, you know, and Vanderlei goes down. I'm like, wow, Vanderlei's down, and then Chris spins around and starts throwing the finishing shots while Vanderlei's on all fours, and you could see Vanderlei's body posture. He went out, and I'm like, holy crap, Vanderlei's unconscious. And then the ref comes in and stops it, and I remember thinking, holy crap, he just knocked him out. And I literally looked at my watch, and I'm like, that was like less than a minute. You know, when in actuality, I think it was like 27 seconds was the official recorded time or something like that. And I was just like, whoa, and Chris is going nuts, everybody's going nuts, I was going nuts. It was pretty incredible. And I remember, you know, Chris comes up to me and is yelling at me over the fence when I'm standing outside the octagon while they're checking on Vanderlei, and he's like, did I just knock him out, or did that just happen? Something like, he almost couldn't believe it happened either. He was yelling that at me, and I'm like, yeah, it did. He knocked him out.
Lemon, salt, a little bit of onion there. Now, I put garlic on everything. Little trick to asparagus. If you just take it by the end here and you bend it, it's gonna break at where you should cut it. See that? So instead of trying to cut them with a knife, I just break them off, and they always seem to break right where you need to cut that piece. And we're gonna hit this with a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil goes on everything. If I was not, this is my chef napkin right here. If I wasn't fighting, a little trick, guys, this would not be olive oil, it would be butter. I put garlic and butter on everything. I mean, it was weird. I've never actually been mad. But, you know, Vanderlei Silva was very respectful. But at weigh-ins and at the pre-fight and stuff, you know, he had this arrogant cockiness about him that he thought he was just going to crush me. And, you know, that really upset me, that I was so underestimated, you know? And so I actually said, beep, you, beep, beep. I lost it for about 20 seconds. I was like, you know, because I am tough. Who's tough now, dude? You know, and then...
Sharp knife, talking tough.
And then I realized, you know, what I was doing, and I regained my composure. Obviously, you know, there was a lot of emotion going on there, you know. I just fought my hero, my legend, you know, and he had obviously underestimated me, and I went out and I crushed him, you know. So, you know, I do feel bad about that. I don't think anybody noticed. Vanderlei Silva didn't notice. He was taking a little nap. So, but that was my first reaction after the fight. And then I think actually I walked over to my corner. Greg, you remember this? What I asked you?
Did we just beat Vanderlei?
Yeah, I said, is this real? Did this just happen? And honestly, it was a legitimate question at the time. I couldn't believe that it had just happened quite that fast like that. I'm going to overlap these a little bit here, just like this. We're going to hit these with a little more, with a little garlic salt.
You look like Japanese Yakuza with all your tattoos.
That's right. I got myself a Jap lady. I might as well be a... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do love them. I love the yellow women. What can I say?
Oregon Yakuza?
Oregon Yakuza, that's it. A little bit more salt. And now, I'm just going to lay garlic over the whole top of these and kind of let this soak into the onion. And yeah, I will eat all this garlic, seriously. Garlic is, you know, luckily, thank God it's good for you. Because ice. So, might as well just use the rest of the bag, why not? So thoroughly enjoy this. This can go on the grill.
Let me just take a look.
Right there. A little mixed vegetable plate, onions, garlic, asparagus. As a testament to my salmon, my girlfriend does not like cooked salmon. She won't normally eat cooked salmon. Will you, baby? Unless it's what? Unless it's my salmon, and that's not just because she loves me, it's because my salmon is delicious. Look at this. You can actually see, sometimes if I lift this up, you'll see white. The lemon, the juice itself will actually start to cook the fish and make the outside really, really tender. That's a lot of lemon soaking all into your meat right there. And this is just gonna sit right here on the grill, just like that. Dink. Let that come out, and then what I may do is I'll take the some of the onions up and put them on the grill directly to kind of give them a little crisp on the outside. So cook them with the moisture, a little crisp on the outside. So now, best part about it is, now that's in the grill, that's going. You know, we're just gonna sit back and wait take about 30 minutes, dinner should be served, you know, no cleanup, no pans, no pots and pans. Okay, here we have the final product. Denise, you know what to hide. This is Denise, the world's best masseuse right here. She's over here helping me out, doing wonders, keeping me. Besides, you know, good eating, you know, taking care of your body, what you put in it, and how you take care of it, or what allow me to train as much as I do. So here's our final product. Got brown rice mixed in with quinoa. Quinoa again is the only grain that's protein. Wild salmon, not farm raised, mixed up. The bite here is the onion and the garlic that I put on the grill. So that's ready. You know, you mix out the salmon and it's delicious. It's really good, really healthy. You're getting your vegetables, you're getting your protein, and you're also getting your good slow burning carbs. So everything you need to heal, recover, and run on is right here.
Looking for that knockout. Wanna step in the ring, leave no doubt. Born for a match with a rise from flames. Kick ass so hard you forget your name. Hands of stone, I'm born to win. Got the warrior gene with an iron chin. Hit hard, I come out swinging. 2 men into one is leaving. Sit down, hands up. That's the way I smash you up.
I am in the best shape of my life. Absolutely. With my coach Greg Thompson really nailing me on my conditioning, and then him working hand in hand with Mike Dolce on my diet. Burton with my technique. So I mean, not only am I in the best shape of my life, but I also feel like I'm technically the best I've ever been. My ground game is sick right now, Munoz. Watch out.
Last year and a half or 2 years have been really something. Going from almost being out of the UFC. I was like, if you lose this next fight, you're going to be out of the UFC. And he beats Jay Silva. He just dominates Jay Silva. But then he goes, nothing against Jay Silva, but the next fight was against Aaron Simpson, which is a huge step up. Aaron Simpson never lost, great wrestler. Here you have a great wrestler, national champion wrestler, who's knocking everybody out. That's a tough fight. And we prepared very, very well, and Chris went in and knocked him out in the second round. Then we get back, I get back at the airport, and Chris says, hey, give me a call as soon as you get in. They want me to fight in less than 2 weeks. Like, what? And sure enough, 2 weeks later, we're back there fighting Akiyama. An incredible battle, and then Chris pulled it out in the end with that triangle with 15, 20 seconds left. Amazing. Just the ups and downs. And then, long layoff, time to fight Brian Stann. Very, obviously, very, very tough fighter. Chris went in, unfortunately, not an excuse, but he was sick. That's just a fact. Brian Stann might have still won, but the fact is, Chris was sick. He just didn't perform anywhere near like he was performing in practice. So there's like, right, yeah, it was a tough one. But what do? Back in the gym, went back to training. Get a call. At first they actually offered us a very new fighter, somebody somebody nobody really heard of. And we're like, well, like this. And 3 weeks later, Joe Silva calls me and says, hey, we're going to make Chris's dream come true. I said, no kidding. He goes, yeah, Wanderlei Silva. I'm like, wow, Chris leaving against Wanderlei Silva. That was motivation to train. Train. Got this game plan. Everybody's afraid of Wanderlei's clinch. And I was like, Chris, your clinch is great. I think instead of running away from his clinch, when he comes to clinch you, you step in. And so we trained him working that clinch and working against it. Instead of running away and trying to counter the clinch, just step in and fire up the middle inside that clinch. And it worked. I mean, all the things we worked on, he did in those 29 seconds. It was amazing. And then, like, wow, next fight, I'm thinking, gosh, next fight's got to be Mark Munoz. They call Mark Munoz. Okay, great fighter. You know, it's going to be a great fight. Trained very hard for him. If Chris wins like I expect, maybe a title shot next, right? Maybe able to actually fight for the title and win the title, because that's our goal, is to win that title. Not to fight for the title, but to win the title.
Keep our hips and shoulders squared forward. We don't touch the cone. We don't cross our feet all the way down. My name is Greg Thompson. I'm one of Chris the Cripper Leben's trainers. My main focus here is mostly making sure that Chris is in shape and strong and healthy and ready to go into his fight. So I mainly focus on a lot of his strength and conditioning, but I also do run some of his practice and help do some of his skill work and things like that in preparation as part of the game plan for facing Mark Munoz at UFC 138.
Man, what do I want to say to my fans? Thank you guys. You know, and you know, I train really fucking hard for this, dude. So, you know, as always, you know, you guys know, man, you know, Chris Leben's not lying when he says he's gonna go try and knock the guy out. So, you know, I really, you know, love having you guys, and I really, you know, respect the guys that stand behind me, especially those people that have been fans of mine since the beginning, not the people that jump ship after I got a couple wins, you know. So, you know, I'm hoping to go out and put on a good show, go knock this guy out, and hopefully win y'all some money.
But I ain't tripping, cause this is how I earn my living. I always said I would never give in, so put your hands up and let the battle begin. Never give up on your tripper. Never give up on your tripper. Never give up on your tripper. Never give up.
I lived with Chris Leben for a couple months, and he's my type of guy. He's crazy. He is. He's nuts. But he's got a good heart, you know, and he shows that a lot when he fights. And I love fighters like that, you know. He's got a big heart. He's got some balls, and he likes to just get in there and brawl. And win or lose, he makes an exciting fight. So it's like you're never going to go to a boring Chris Leben fight. And got a big old head, a big mouth, talks great shit talker. And even in the house, you know, day one, what does he do? He gets drunk as shit and starts talking crap to everyone, giving them nicknames. So, yeah, I love Leben.
Oh, yeah, he likes me. He's a carnivore, that man. We were at the vegan spots every day because I'm a vegan and Nick's vegan, Jake Shields vegetarian, so we went out to eat a bunch of times in the city, and he was like fed up. He's like, I need a steak or something, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, he's a beast, man, and he's gonna have Mark Munoz got a tough fight on his hand.
What makes Leben exciting is his heart, his chin, and he's most dangerous after he gets hit. You love that. He looks like the guy, oh my God, he got hit again. Oh my God, is he gonna go down? Then he comes back and knocks the guy out. How many times have you seen that with Leben? That's great. To me, that's like a lot more exciting than watching GSP, you know, win 5 rounds against people all the time, you know. I mean, he's a great fighter, but I prefer excitement, and that's what you get with Leben.